The Lone Star Showdown. The rivalry once thought dead and gone, but it is back. And now we find out who gets the right to lay claim to the football-obsessed state of Texas. This matchup has had all kinds of great moments, and we're ready for some more. Welcome to Kyle Field in College Station, Texas. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Texas A&M Aggies. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in with the Texas head coach before the game. He told me they understand every ranked matchup becomes a measuring stick when you're carrying a top 10 ranking. They got off to a strong start last week, 1-0 on the season, but that doesn't matter. He said, we will be good if we execute each and every game. Keeps talking to the players in the locker room about the sky is the limit for this team, but it will take one game at a time, and he thinks this is the team that can do it. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Out wide right, it's Wingo. There he goes. The 40. Just what they needed. Huge explosive play as he takes it to the 33.
And how about that start for this offense? You know, oftentimes you see teams just trying to get into a rhythm, maybe an easy completion to get their quarterback feeling good. Not this offense. They take a shot and find an explosive play right out of the gate.
One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Here's Arch to throw. Out wide left, it's Coleman. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. Hits inside. It's Shepard. Might have a chance. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big 1st down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop.
And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Arch is going to throw for it. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Texas! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking to pass. It's Bailey. Got a big paw up there and knocks it down incomplete. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He's got it down the middle. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Really nice discipline by that receiver against man coverage, because you know that throw is going to be contested with a defender in your back pocket. He fights back to the football. He fights through contact and shows really strong hands on the catch.
Press center downs going to the air. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Texas A&M going up tempo.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
3rd and long coming up. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. And he
nice kick.
Right through the upright is good from 59.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead.
Position for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
I like the idea of going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Might as well run him again. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. Now here's Manning. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
They kick it away on 4th down. Not a lot of room to field this one. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They put the brakes on him.
Well, to say that this guy was
got 2 of the top 7 defensive tackles in the country.
He was living in the opponent's backfield, and he does it again very early in this one, David. And I know he was a guy this offensive line and this coaching staff were concerned about, and early on, they don't have an answer for him.
I'm about to say that they still have the concerns because, geez, early on, he's in the backfield right away. Got to have some kind of an answer, man. First of all, maybe not run towards his side. Secondly, maybe we double team him, but there's got to be a plan because when you get near him, bad things happen for your offense.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. To the air, it's Bailey. And wings it incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
On the return, he'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. First step of this drive comes from their own 44. Manning throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Aggies offense will have another go at it. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. On the ground, it's Edwards. Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's first birthday. What an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many great coaches have patrolled the sidelines in this rivalry for years.
The Aggies are in the hurry-up. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. They go play action with Manning. They're all over it. Sales went into the middle. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Breaks into the open. He's past the marker. Inside the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Longhorns! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And I tell you what, this
Yes, I gotta get it somehow. My quarterback's gonna underthrow a fucking wide open touchdown.
Early in this football game, this offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
And the extra point.
Like, I get he was on the run, but he literally has, I think, gold, whatever the mobile throwing is.
Down to an impressive start. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer.
My headset on. What'd you say?
And he'll just take
Was the lighting fucked up for you right there? Was the lighting on the game fucked up right there for you? Yeah, it's like, yeah, like every once in a while, like when the quarter changes on a night game, the light, it's like.
So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. He's changing the play. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Right side, it's Edwards. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And that play works because the QB did an unbelievable job. He's going through his progressions. He's sitting in the pocket, and he sees, man, a lot of space out to his right. I get the ball to my playmaker, and he does the rest. This is what's so fun about him. He's going to make the catch. He's going to make people miss, use his speed to make big plays.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Second and long here. They want to throw it. Picked off. What a play by this defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he has taken it all the way back.
The true freshman, baby.
Longhorn. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M offense goes back to work. This is a huge drive for this offense, down 21-3 and needing to get back in the game. Quickly to the tight end. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Last completion, picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8.
139 Albatross. 139 Albatross.
Quarterback changing the play. Sets his feet. It's Bailey. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Look out! He can't make the catch. He was open on the crossing route, and instead they're facing a 4th down.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 40. After that punt return, there is a man slow to get up. Training staff out there checking on this freshman linebacker. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. The give on the counter. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They give it to him again. Stopped again. At least they made it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more.
Snags it, and he's open. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
What's a great job by the quarterback there, understanding you're being blitzed, you know you're not going to be able to hold on to it very long, so find the back, get it into his hands quickly, let him go pick up the first.
Uh-oh, look out. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Arch Madness. Fires to the wideout. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good at zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Throws toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Sets his feet, it's Bailey. Out wide right, it's Edwards. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design, it's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. He's got the tight end. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the second half.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum. cut into this lead before halftime. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Calls his own number. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Long way to go on second down. They'll send the back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
Tells the run, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. 3rd down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Changing the routes with his receivers. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Motion from the back. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. The penalty gets back a few, but it's still 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Bailey. He's got it. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Texas A&M going quickly.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day, and Jesse did this, and I did that. So, I mean, come on, offense. Let's put this together. Let's keep this game competitive.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Looking downfield very late in the half. Left side, it's Warren. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Touchdown, Aggie! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point pulls them closer. It's 24-10. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Here's Manning to throw. Oh, pressure's coming. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up, trying to make a big play, trying to get the Hail Mary.
1 more snap coming before halftime. Now the Aggies will use their last timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Here comes the heat. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. That time as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin with a look in on Iowa State, taking on the number 20 team, the Kansas State Wildcats. And it's the Cyclones, able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to max.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. And they fumbled the thing out of bounds, but they maintain possession, but it'll be right at the previous line of scrimmage.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the D.
Didn't get any breathing room on that last run. Now 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Takes a handoff. It's Edwards.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Piles his way ahead. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Looking for a crease. Turning it on. And he got 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Texas A&M going up tempo. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Pulls it in. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. Texas A&M will have to boot it away.
Well, this defense is used to seeing this fullback just slam up on in there trying to block people. Now you release him out of the backfield to see if you can catch the defense off guard.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Manning with a play fake. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To throw, Manning. The quick out. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Got his man. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs going up top. Lets it fly deep downfield. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. And the Aggies headed quickly to the line.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Timeout called as the play clock had gotten down to 3 seconds. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. The quick game. At the 20, he's got space. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Four punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
Man, that is such great 3rd down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that 1st down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Straight ahead, it's Lockett. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down at the 40.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Throwing Manning. Makes the grab. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Quarterback will keep it. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. DBs will try to keep everything in front. The run inside. It's Shepard. And this guy has some shiftiness to him, and he showed it off to the defense after picking up a few. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. He'll try to get to the marker himself. Not able to get outside. They tried to run wide, and they got nothing. It'll be 4th down.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Second and long here. Making the adjustment. To the air, it's Bailey. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Right side, it's Warren. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. This quarterback part of their running game. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down. The Aggies racing to the line in the hurry-up.
I think we're going to see more and more of this in college football. It used to be that if it was 4th and inches and you're on your own side of the field, you automatically punt. But I like that play call there. With their offensive line and their ability to run the football, just go out and get it and keep the drive alive.
Long way to go on 2nd down. From the gun. Makes the grab. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. That is their sophomore starting wide receiver. Hope he's just shaken up momentarily. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on it. From the gun, it's Edwards. He got it out to the 34-yard line. Not enough for the first down. Let's see if they punt it away.
Yeah, we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. He'll try to make the catch in traffic, and the returner will be knocked down. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Here's Arts to throw. Out wide right, it's Shepard. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. First down and 10. The give on the counter. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the 4th quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
Manning on play action. Right side, it's Coleman. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Trying to move them on the counter. Quick spin on the run. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. 7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
He'll keep it on 2nd down. Oh, he's got some space. Past the 10. He slides down, and he's got enough to convert the 2nd and short.
And I tell you what, the defense has really contained that quarterback run all game long. But in a big spot in the fourth quarter, they let him out of the cage. He gets out of the pocket, makes the run, and gets the first down.
And on 4th down, they'll take a knee, but this was just about over. The week has been immersed in midnight yells, barbecue smells, a sea of crowds in the fall colors, and the Lone Star Showdown ends with Texas hooking up and getting the victory over the Aggies. That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.